Hey guys, it's Tarot and Beyond. Special thank you to Udon for sending us in this donation deck, the Wild Reflections Tarot deck. I'll be using that to select the cards and in the readings today with oracle cards as I feel called. And today we're going to be looking at a message regarding something you may have missed. So this could be a sign or a message that Spirit has tried to bring you, but maybe you weren't looking or you misinterpreted it or you just didn't see it. So we're going to try and bring through whatever messages Spirit wants to bring you at this time, and hopefully that will be helpful. Keep in mind that these are readings for large groups of people, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. You'll know what resonates if it feels significant, if it evokes some kind of emotion, and or it lines up synchronistically with other things that you've been shown or that have been going on in your life. And I don't usually say that in the intro, so I'm saying that for someone specific. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into this deck and choose the cards together that are going to be the significators. I just can't believe how beautiful this deck is. I really can't wait to get into the readings and use these cards. So let me give it a little bit of a shuffle because this is the first time it's been out of the box and in my hands for a reading. Okay, well there's actually, let's see, 2 cards here. So we've got the King of Pentacles. So I'll take that for group number 1. And the Ace of Wands, which will be for group number 2. Like, I just can't get over the artwork of these cards. So beautiful. Thank you, Udon. And let's get one more. Right off the top, they said, okay. The Ace of Swords, 2 aces as significators. Wow, lots of new beginnings. So there you have it. You've got the 3 groups or 3 cards to choose from. If you feel called to more than one, that's fine. There may just be multiple messages that Spirit wants to bring through to you today. Use your intuition to guide you to the group or reading that resonates, and we'll see you there. Timestamps are below. All right, hi group number 1. Welcome to your reading. So special thank you to Udon for sending in the Wild Reflections Tarot deck through my Amazon wish list. Really gorgeous deck, and couldn't have come at a better time. I knew that we were going to do this reading, and I just kind of felt that there was a little bit of resistance to sitting down and actually doing it. And then when this deck came in the mail as a surprise, it was like, oh, it's because this is the deck that we're going to use. So anyway, group number 1, these are messages that Spirit has tried to bring you that you may have missed, or there's something about it that is incomplete that they want you to look at or to know. And you were drawn to the King of Pentacles. So I'm seeing, okay, they said Big Daddy Saturn. Never mind. I was going to say I'm seeing growth. Okay, that's still relevant. Right. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. They're telling. For those of you who are new, I don't usually do this either to explain my process, but I'm a direct channel for Spirit. I hear them, I feel them, I see them. So I do channel a lot in my readings as well as reading and interpreting the cards. But that aside, no, they're telling me that's relevant. Relevant to the group of souls that are drawn to this group, or relevant just in general. They're showing me one person in this group. One person. And they're showing me somebody who had their hand up and then they put it down. It's like you're in school, you have the answer and then you're like, oh wait, never mind. And you put it down, or somebody else answered it and you're like, oh crap. I don't know how that's relevant, but that's coming up. Synchronicities and things like that can be confirmations for you. So anyway, I'm seeing growth. They said Big Daddy Saturn. Okay, now the Saturn is the planet of long cycles, hard karma, learning lessons and doing things the right way. And Big Daddy refers to like this overseer, this authority figure, which Saturn is. It's all about authority and boundaries and structure and rules and doing it the right way. I'm hearing something about aristocratic. Apparently that's significant, or that's relevant somehow here. And they're literally showing me, like, it looks like Marie Antoinette, the movie, you know, the one with Kirsten Dunst, and they've got those big white wigs and the powdered faces and little birthmark or mole there. So there's something about, what is that, like the 1700s? I don't know my history that well. Or there could be something relevant to those types of movies or something aristocratic. The king, they're saying, the king, look at the king. Okay, hold on, let me look at the king. So he's a captain on this ship. I love that he's got the sunflower here. Hold on, I have to close the door. Kitty just opened it to go outside and I've got laundry going. Okay, so something about this captain. Seafaring folk, and they're saying aristocrats again. They said there's relevance in the details and they want you to study something. Spirit's been guiding you, or this group, to study something specific about history, about kings and queens, about generational wealth, they're also telling me. Right, they're showing me a timeline of Saturn, like being able to look back 28-year chunks, they said. And, right, the Saturn return years. Every 28 years or so, 28, 29 years, give or take, there's a Saturn return in our lives personally. So that can be a big time of significant change and upheaval and redirection. And rewards if we've been doing things, the right way, following things by the book in terms of our soul, not necessarily. Okay, hold on. They just said religious practices. There's a lot going on in your reading group, number one, I gotta say. Look at that, another king. Somehow I'm not surprised to see him here because this is the energy, this is the vibe, like aristocratic, high society. Something about that is significant here. And like learning your history, they're saying, learning your history. And you know what they say, if you don't learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. So this could be looking at historical timelines, high society and the way that they function, mentality. I'm not sure what this is referring to. Patterns of patience and perseverance, they just said. Patterns of patience and perseverance, and somehow the aristocrats are connected to that. We have the Hanged Man. Okay, they just said getting things done and justice. Legal. Did they say something about that? I can't remember now. When I'm channeling, it's like in one ear, out the other. But the Hanged Man here, when they said getting things done, the Hanged Man traditionally is this energy of pause and being kind of stuck, willingly or unwillingly, in a position. So I like that they've drawn this card as this guy he is still, but he's doing that himself and he is getting something done there. He's practicing balance, which is what Justice talks about too. Wheel of Fortune. Look at all of these majors and like high court cards. Wow. They said destination unknown, and they're showing me an open road, like a highway, and they were saying something about time. They just said time heals all wounds. This could be talking about past life stuff. Like if you're called to research some stuff in history, it could be because those were prominent lifetimes for you, or themes that you're wanting to explore and understand from those lifetimes. The Hermit, again, major arcana. Spend some time studying. They're saying it again. So this could be something that you've missed. Like you've been busy with life. You've been busy doing other things. There's been a lot going on. I don't know what your life is like, but they're saying that you need to study this. And I'm hearing the word implore, like Spirit is imploring you to study this, to take some time, to sit down and actually look at something here, because your understanding of it is going to better facilitate growth, is what they're showing me. And that was what I was getting from the beginning with the sunflower in the King of Pentacles. This is going to facilitate some kind of growth for you. Let me get some more information. The Knight of Cups. Maybe because this is part of your strategy. Kitties meowing in the background, kitties for confirmation. Part of your strategy. Page of Cups. I did really notice the shell that he's holding in his hands, and it reminded me of a shell game, even though he's playing chess. It's kind of like which piece is hidden and mixing them up and not knowing which one is which. Oh, they said multiple lifetimes, not knowing which one is which, but there's one that's calling out to you. He's blowing that conch shell loud and clear for you to hear. I just heard soften your grip. Something about soften your, they're showing me somebody holding a baseball bat. Soften your grip. Okay. Knight of Swords. A lot of court cards. They said aristocratic fancy. Okay. And the Ten of Cups. This is beautiful. I just love these cards. The artwork is so vibrant and alive. And the Nine of Wands. Okay. Let me see if I can fit these in. I feel something here, group number 1, that you're moving toward. But there was a time in your life when it felt like nothing was changing. The thing is, though, is that you were changing, and they're saying big picture, big picture, big picture. So you, I think, have kind of missed this perspective of seeing the bigger picture in terms of these different lifetimes for you and what it has meant for you. Okay, they are saying wealth and freedom. And they said something about diametrically opposed, and they showed me like peasants, and then they showed me aristocrats. So yeah, these very like huge wage gap. They're saying something about a wage gap between the lowest denominations in society and the highest. Now they're showing me churches. There's church bells ringing. They're saying something about religious sanctity. So these may have been lifetimes where you were very pious, or where you adhered to certain political beliefs, or where you occupied a subset of society that gave you a very specific perspective. And over time, like literal lifetimes, you've been exploring these themes of social classes and incarnating into different domains within the time periods that were available, higher, lower, lower, higher, middle, like all over the map. Here's what they're showing me. And I'm asking in my head, why? And first of all, this is for you to understand both sides. That's what karma teaches us. It's not like consequence of our actions in a negative way. It's really just, we need to explore both sides of a perspective in this dualistic realm to be able to understand it and to be able to integrate those dualities into the unified whole. And through that, we absolve the karma. And that's also what Saturn rules, is karma. So I'm seeing you having kind of like traveled through time quite significantly, extensively is actually the word Spirit said, extensively traveled through time to get to this point in your soul's incarnational journey. And they want you to look at the history and what triggers you about the history, or what calls certain things to mind, or there could be memories that re-emerge. Now, from my experience remembering past lives, oftentimes it starts out as just like an emotional reaction to something, and it just doesn't really make sense. You're like, why do I have an emotional reaction to seeing that thing that's so random in history? Or why do I have an affinity for that country or for that time period? It's because you lived there. And so your soul remembers that, even if you don't consciously hold those memories. But as you start to acknowledge that and you repeat, like kind of going over that with a fine-tooth comb is what they're showing me, you're going to be able to, first of all, smooth things out. And second of all, you're going to be able to see the strands is actually, strands, like DNA strands, because it's stored in the memory cells of your DNA. the history of your soul. So practical advice here, they're acknowledging that you've kind of been all over the map in terms of where you've been and what you've done and these different lifetimes learning these lessons. Now, I'm curious about what these lessons are regarding. They're saying financial opulence is actually the word they said, opulence, financial opulence. They're saying something about the boy who cried wolf. They're showing me Chicken Little. I think those are two examples of people who, or those are parables, first of all, but second of all, they're about individuals who said something so many times that nobody believed them anymore. And then when it did happen, it was too late because they were disregarded. Oh, Spirit's telling me, okay. They said, you've been disregarding this. Or maybe there's been multiple false alarms or something like that, or you've had like these inclinations to these past lives and the information that they hold for you, the context that you're working through, but for some reason you've disregarded them. Or maybe you've been told about past lives from other people and it just didn't really hit in the same way. So Spirit wants you to explore it on your own rather than looking to somebody else to provide information or to help you see into this past life, if that's what you've been doing. I don't know. But they're showing me that they want you to see it for yourself. And the way to do that is to investigate what time periods, what locations, what countries, what ethnicities, what folklore resonate with you, because there's, in that resonance, there's a memory. There's a memory that's hold, especially if it triggers an emotional response within you. Fear, anger, disgust, joy, nostalgia. Look at those things. Look at those emotions, because those emotions are messengers that are trying to communicate with you. Now, you may need to spend some time doing this. It may take some time, because again, Saturn is slow moving and so is the King of Pentacles. But when you do take your time doing this, you're going to do it right, because you're going to have this strategy fully in the front of your mind rather than in the back of it. And you're going to have direction into the path you want to take. Again, they're showing me the open road. They showed me that before, and now I'm seeing it here in this card. Before, they were showing it to me like a highway, with like yellow dotted line. So here he's on this dirt road. The highway is paved. I feel like you're going to see very clearly the direction that your soul has traveled, like the history of your soul. Maybe it's, again, going from one state of being to another. In this case, like the dirt road and then the highway. One takes a lot more money to create, if we look at it that way. Something about taxation. Okay. And the stability that you are actually trying to cultivate, but they're also saying learn. The stability that you're trying to learn at soul level. Now, I don't know what this lifetime, like your current incarnation right now, the version of you that I'm talking to is working with or working through. But they are showing me that they would like you to sit with some emotions that you've been putting off, and to explore their origins, to explore your origins. But the emotions are the key. The emotions are the key. They're going to point the way for you. They're like your compass as the captain of this ship in the ocean. The ship of time, they just said, the ship of time. And the Nine of Wands here is reminding me of that message they brought through about like Chicken Little and the boy who cried wolf. The Nine of Wands is like you've been through a lot, and it's been kind of like one misfire after another, and you're tired and you're weary and you're like exhausted by the end of it. But the Nine of Wands does encourage you to push through and to, I'm hearing, get it done. And they're saying that again and showing me the Hanged Man. What did they say before with that? Something about being productive, or did they say something about getting it done? I don't know. They're saying the Hermit is the guide. You have the Hermit here, and the Lantern in the King of Wands speaks to me of Hermit energy too. It's like searching in the dark and doing it alone. So I feel, group number one, that maybe you've tried and failed. Or let me say this differently. Not failed, because there's no failed lifetimes. Like, we might have an overarching soul intention for that lifetime, and we may not complete that in one lifetime. One lifetime is very, very short. From our human perspective, it's super long and it's arduous, and it's like, oh my God, like 80 years, what? Some of them may not, some lifetimes may not have been that long, but it can feel really long when you're in it. But from the outside perspective, one lifetime as a human for your soul is like a millisecond, less than that. It's a fraction of a second. And so it doesn't actually seem like a lot from that perspective. And so they're showing me you kind of analyzing and looking at these lifetimes where your intention kind of fell through, or you didn't learn the lesson that you intended to and you needed more time. And they're saying robust, something about robust thinking. Oh, okay. And they're showing me you going into the next lifetime and the next one and the next one, kind of strategically attempting to place yourself in families and locations and countries and time periods that were going to give you that robust perspective that you were trying to cultivate here, to expand your consciousness, because this is really the goal. The goal of your soul is, the name of the game is expansion of consciousness, and that leads to ascension. So I'm, as a conduit here, encouraging you, Spirit is encouraging you to kind of sit with your emotional, they just said emotional pathology. Maybe there's some, I don't know what that means. Pathology, I think that's like pathologizing something is pathological. They're saying something about a repeating pattern, and they're showing me the wheel going around and around and around and around and around. And they showed me the headlight here of his motorbike being cracked, and they said it's busted. And now they're showing me somebody holding up a sign saying Tahiti or bust. That's so random. Tahiti? Why Tahiti? I don't know. That could be related here. So you've been trying to get somewhere, and you've had a hard time doing it, or it's been like a really long, arduous journey. I just keep feeling that, like, when is this going to end? Kind of like dragging your feet. Like, am I there yet? Am I there yet? I get it. Yeah. From the human level, it definitely feels like that. But even from the soul level here, it can feel like it's dragging on because it's taken so many lifetimes to really get the fruitful array of perspectives and incarnational life themes and experiences that you had need of here to be able to evolve in this way. So I do kind of get the sense that this is closing out. And that's why it may feel like this is another false start, like, oh, it's just another lifetime where I'm going to need a bunch more of different examples and experiences, and there's going to be so many more lifetimes. But I'm seeing here, and they're telling me point blank, verbatim, you've done enough work in terms of the incarnational cycle. In this lifetime right now, as the version of you that you are at this time, there is more work to do, but it's more like review than anything else. They really just want you to kind of like look over your notes at soul level and get connected with yourself so that you can see these patterns, or so that you can understand the strategy that your soul has kind of set into motion here and how to work with that conscientiously. The sign of Cancer, they just pointed out the crab here in the corner of this card. There's a little tiny crab. If I can pick it up. I need to get a little like mat or something for the table. There's a little tiny crab there. It doesn't want to focus if I do it close up. So that's making me think of Cancer season. June and July could be significant. I think that's Cancer season. Yeah, Taurus, Cancer. So, but I was definitely seeing that the key here to unlock and like the strategy that, like the name of the game, they keep saying it, the name of the game, to be able to, it's like in Jumanji, when they complete the thing, they have to yell out Jumanji for it to finish. So it's like you need to know the name of the game and call that out, like with the conch shell here, to be able to say, I'm done this karmic cycle. And I'm seeing somebody jumping up and down going, I'm free, I'm free, I'm free. Oh my God, isn't that... They showed me a person doing that, but then my memory just hit of like, isn't there a scene in like, I don't know, Finding Nemo or one of those movies where a crab is like, I'm free, I'm free. I don't know if I'm remembering that correctly, but that just popped into my head too. So yeah, use your emotions as the guidepost of figuring out what you're doing here, like literally what you're doing on this planet right now in this lifetime. What are you doing? It's connected to all of this that they've been talking about. It's connected to social status and class and finances, and it's connected to you learning these lessons of they said true value and true worth, and they said understanding what is beautiful. But there's something about, they're saying cultural flaws. I don't know what that's talking about. Cultural flaws in the beauty mindset, or something about the value that beautiful things hold, or that things that nourish your soul. They just said something about things that nourish your soul and the value in them. And the emotional keys are helping you to find the answer. And that's the name of the game. And then when you call it out, you clear this karmic cycle and the patterns that were within it. You close it out, basically. And you're like, I learned the lesson, I'm done. I can do something else now, finally. They said practical matters, and they're showing me attendance. Oh yeah, in the beginning, they showed me somebody in school with their hand up and then they put it down. Like they thought they knew the answer, but then they didn't. Okay, so attendance. They're saying something about philosophy. So something about this may be found through old philosophical texts or books or information. For example, what's coming to mind is like Stoicism. They're saying philosophical arguments. And what do they argue over? The meaning of life. Don't they? Yeah. I took Philosophy 101. Yeah. Nietzsche, Kierkegaard. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's like, what's the meaning of life? And your soul has been trying to define that through these incarnational cycles, incarnating into all of these different class systems and hierarchies and cultures to understand what you as a soul value, like not even what's objectively valuable, but what you value the most and why. And they keep saying the emotional cues or clues are the key. That's the key. The emotions hold the key. They're saying the sign of the crab, and they're showing me the crab walking sideways back and forth like zigzag all down the beach. And you got the King of Wands with this lion on his shirt too, like Leo season and Cancer season. They're right next to each other. June, July, August could be very significant here for you, group number 1. Okay, let's close out your reading with a final message here. We're going to go into the Wild Unknown Archetype stack, I think. Yeah. Let's get one of these. What does group number 1 need to know here that they missed? Yeah, they're saying attendance again, practical details. They're saying it again. They're repeating that. The medallion. Oh, I've never seen this one before. And they were showing me the way that this Wheel of Fortune looked. It looked like a coin or an amulet or like a compass. It looks like a lot of different things. I also saw it looking like a roulette wheel. It's like chance and luck have played some part in this. Let me find the book. Here it is. Okay. And the card here. Okay. All right, the medallion. The amulet, the talisman, the heirloom. Yeah, something passed down. The passing on of sacred objects is an ancient ritual within families, between lovers, and in tribes across the globe. We gift jewels, treasures, keepsakes, and mementos of all kinds, some of great material value, others that hold emotional resonance, and still others with both. Yeah, it's both. Yet when these gifts are bestowed upon us, it is important to recognize that they may bind us to an unspoken agreement or promise. When the medallion card appears, be aware of how the objects you hold dear may be embedded with unconscious energy or expectations. Materials hold consciousness, and it's time to reconcile the vibration of the objects around you. What do you covet and collect? Why? Is there an object you have held onto for years that you are ready to release? Perhaps it's time to reach for the medallion that aligns with your deepest values. And there's some additional information and topics. Oh, that's interesting. Imagine if you and your family, school, or social group had a crest, emblem, or amulet. What would it be? Draw it. Oh, that's an interesting exercise, because they showed me that person in school with their hand up twice. So, and they said attendance. So you're going to figure out something here in regard to what you value and the physical things around you. They're showing me the scene in Beauty and the Beast when the Beast learns his lesson. They were showing me the beginning. Sorry, Kitty's back. Kitty's for confirmation again, but when the Beast first denies the old beggar woman, even though she's offering a rose in payment for sanctuary or for respite in that moment, he laughs in her face because he doesn't value her gift. He doesn't see her as equal to him. And then he learns this lesson over the course of him being quote unquote cursed, and that rose representing the time that he has to uncover what is actually valuable, which is love. And you do have the 10 of Cups here, love. So yes, possessions may hold consciousness and physical value or emotional memory even. But what's truly valuable here is the things that transcend the physical realm. They're saying something about an initiation. The initiation factor, they just said. The initiation factor. And they're showing me that amulet or like a crest, or there's like a family crest. So this could even be lineage of your family too. A family crest. They're saying something about a diamond and a detour. Okay, hold on. Let me let Kitty in. Okay, Kitty's here in the reading. I'm just holding her in my arms to calm her down because she sometimes just wants attention. So group number 1, I would explore more of history, your family's history, your ancestry, your past lives. It's all connected. And what you value is really at like the center or the core of that. And this time around, you're really figuring it out. The closing of the cycle, Spirit just said. And you may have missed this because life gets busy and there's other things going on. But they want you to know about this pattern so that you can look into it a little bit deeper and figure it out and see it for yourself. Okay, and that sets you free, or that balances things out and ends the karmic cycle. Call out its name. Okay. So group number 1, I hope that is helpful and that you're able to really use this information for your greatest and highest good. That's always my intention. And thank you again to Udon for sending in this donation deck. It's absolutely beautiful. Don't forget to check out my other channel, the Divine Channel, where we do collective readings and we do lots of little deep dives. Not little. We do some big deep dives into collective energy and channeled messages that Spirit wants to bring through in like a larger format. So you can check that out. The link is in the description box below if you're interested. Thank you to the members and the donors who support my channel. Big thank you to Heidi. Big thank you to Michelle, to Udon, of course. I know I'm forgetting some names, but thank you. You know who you are, everyone who has supported the channel here in multiple different ways. Thank you for the memberships and the donations and all of that. It just really means the world to me and helps me keep doing this. So I love you guys and I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right, hi group number 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Ace of Wands here from the beautiful Wild Reflections Tarot. Thank you so much to you, Dawn, for sending this in as a donation from my Amazon wish list. I love it. I love it. And these cards are so beautiful. So Ace of Wands here, group number 2, something you may have missed. I'm hearing meeting of the minds, and they're showing me the 2 hummingbirds here. So somebody of like mind to you, who's of the same very high frequency. Both of these, the rate at which hummingbirds beat their wings is so fast that it creates that buzzing sound. So I'm seeing you buzzing or harmonizing frequency wise with somebody else, and a conversation, they're saying. They're showing me 2 people dancing. The conversation is like a dance. The rhythm, the flow of it is so easy and so stimulating yet tranquil with this person, because you're of the same vibration, because you really just vibe with each other in this way is what they're showing me. And why you may have missed this, they're showing me, they said not paying attention, and they're showing me somebody with their head bent over a book on a table or on a desk. Like you've been doing something else, you've been busy. Oh, Spirit said, I've been meaning to get around to it. So you've been meaning to get around to it, but you've been busy, and you've put this connection or like a conversation that's been needing to happen, whether you've realized that this is a conversation that needs to happen or not. It's more like energetically, this is a conversation that would benefit the both of you to have. And I don't know if this is someone you know or this is someone new. This is a group of souls here, so it could be both. And we'll try and get more information on that. But yeah, it's like you've just kind of had other things on the go or other things on your mind, and you haven't necessarily been open to conversation. They're showing me somebody in the library with their headphones in. It's like you're not really open to having a conversation. That's not really the place to do it, or you're doing something else, or you're not listening because you're focused on what you're doing. Yeah, and they're saying that's not a bad thing. You've been very determined is actually the word they're telling me. You've been very determined with what you've been focused on, or what you've been trying to manifest is actually what they're saying, what you've been trying to manifest and create. Hitting the books, they're saying, like you've been almost like studying this religiously, or just really intently is the word that I want to use, like intently. 7 of Pentacles, because you've been trying to get it right. You've been trying to manifest whatever this is you're trying to create here, and you're covering all your bases. You're trying to get your ducks in a row, trying to see what you can adjust, what you can tweak. And you've been patiently kind of like watching and taking notes or studying this in some way, 8 of Pentacles, because you're trying to make this crop grow. And you're learning and you're learning and you're learning. So I'm interested to see why this meeting of the minds is so significant. Oh, because this is the Ace of Wands, right? I was so focused on the hummingbirds that I forgot the card itself. The Ace of Wands is about intention and manifestation and creation. New passion sparked. They're saying something about a muse. Maybe this person is a muse for you. Judgment. Ooh, she almost looked like Medusa there for a second. They're saying something about the creative outskirts. Maybe you and this person will meet or connect through or to do with something creative that lies on the outskirts. Like maybe it's taboo or it's niche. I'm not sure. The 9 of Cups, but it's something you both love. I'm hearing creative project, okay? It's a creative project. Swimming through the void, I just heard. Oh, isn't that is a channel. That's a channel. That's another reader. Swimming through the void. I can't remember his name. Chicho or Cheat? I can't remember. But yeah, there's something about that, oh, the void space is where everything is birthed from and created from. So it could be talking about that. And swimming implies moving through that creative space, or like sparking those creative juices. The Emperor. Really taking something that's an idea and putting it into structure and form. I'm seeing that super clearly. And you've been trying to do this, or you have, I'm not even trying to, like you have been doing this, or you've been working to make something real. And they're saying it again, an idea made manifest. Like you are literally manifesting here. You're building it. The 10 of Wands. But it's a lot of work to do. And they keep saying the word harvest to me. So I feel like this is what you're going to be getting out of this, is a harvest. But also this is what you've been working toward and studying and trying to like figure out, hitting the books. They're saying it again to try and understand. They're showing me the book, The Secret, or the movie, The Secret. Yeah, so a lot to do with like law of attraction and manifestation. I don't know if you've been doing this intentionally. They're showing me a vision board in my mind. And we've got the King of Cups. It's a whole vibe, I heard. It's a whole vibe. Like you've been trying to match the vibration. You've been trying to do the physical, practical work. You've been putting legs to it. I just heard, yeah, you've been putting legs to it. And this person, or this creative inspiration that comes from this conversation that's very high vibrational, unique, niche, sort of like fringe in that way, it really accelerates things, is what they're showing me. It accelerates things. Oh my God, literally as soon as I said that, 8 of Wands, because they were showing me that and I was feeling it. It was like a race car all of a sudden, like picking up speed 0 to 60. And the 8 of Wands is literally about fast movement. Very, very, very fast movement. So I see this person accelerating this creative process for you, and maybe even showing you the way forward. 7 of Cups. Yeah, seeing the way forward was what they said right before I pulled this. And the 7 of Cups can be about making, they're saying making an objective decision, but making a decision with multiple choices that you have, or feeling into things emotionally to discern what is the correct course of action for you at this time. Especially when it comes to law of attraction and manifestation, your emotions are what guide you through that process and help you to amplify and manifest the intention. It's emotion, thought in the form of intention, an idea, the emotional experience that feels like, and then the actions that you put toward it, and all of those things combine to create the result, or to create that outcome. So this person is like super on the same vibe as you. I keep getting references to music, and I don't think I've even said that yet, but they did show me singing connected to this 9 of Cups energy, where she looks like a mermaid or like a siren. And I'm seeing this man here looking like he's playing on steel drums or pan drums or something. So there's something about music or a creation, and they're saying yielding a harvest. The Hanged Man. They're saying grounding it into reality. So what is, like, what about this conversation is so pivotal to this process? They're saying unique match, vibrational frequency match, amplifier. So this conversation with this person, it just amplifies things in a really big way for you. And like, I think that's why they were saying or showing me, and then confirming with the 8 of Wands, that it's going to move quicker, it's going to accelerate, it's going to get faster, because you, it's like, yeah, they said exemplify, something about exemplify. That person exemplifies this energy, or they mirror it back to you, or like 2 heads are better than 1, something about the amplification of this frequency or this vibration. It just quadruples it. Okay. And who is this person? How are you going to meet them? I heard domicile. Domicile. That's a house or a home. Yeah, they're saying place of living. Something about your home, and they're showing me the Emperor. The Emperor as a family member, as in the home, is the father or the divine masculine. They're saying when you're at a standstill, contemplating your next move, this person will prove to you what can be done. Maybe they've accomplished something and they're like setting that energetic example. They're saying something about a moderator or moderation. Moderator? Okay. They're saying Queen of Cups. Oh, you had King of Cups here. Right. King of Cups and Queen of Cups. And the Ace of Wands, a meeting of the mind, a like vibration, a match. They're saying dualistic polarities. Something about gender flipping. I don't know. Okay, so what are you recommending for group number 2 here, Spirit, in terms of this message? They're saying mindful. They said accrue. Accrue as in to acquire, mindfully acquire. They're saying something about relevancy. It's kind of piecey or choppy. Like sometimes in readings, I'll hear full sentences from Spirit or it'll come through really, really clearly. And other times it's kind of choppy or I get like vague impressions of what they're saying. Like I can sort of hear the word, but it's like, it's like shouting it in a chamber that's echoing and I'm like trying to pick up on the original word. It's kind of like that in your reading here, group number 2. So I feel like, again, this may be because there's been some kind of interference because you've been focused on something or distracted, or they're showing me those headphones again, like earbuds, something about the ears not being able to hear clearly. Or that could have to do with music too. I just put that together as well, like earbuds, you're listening to music, something about music. Oh, maybe this is actually a recommendation to raise your frequency through tonal frequency and sound through, healing music, solfeggio scale music. That could help. That could amplify this. I just heard content creator. For somebody in this group, maybe you create music content, or you're a content creator. And they're saying something about frequency shifting. Okay, yeah, so that's what I was kind of taking from what I'm getting here. That was me kind of putting the pieces together. I'm hearing you're going to find a way to make this work, group number 2. Whatever it is you're doing here, you're going to find a way to make it work. Making it work takes a little longer, they said. That's a song too, isn't it? Yeah, music. Music seems to be really relevant or significant here in some way. I'm hearing the word emboldened and blazing a trail, and they're showing me that Ace of Wands being held up high in front of you like a blazing torch. So maybe you're going to be a trailblazer in a niche sort of genre of music or content or something that you're creating, something you've been working on or something you've been trying to manifest into your life. Like you're taking charge, you're going where no one has gone before, you're really exploring the unknown here. And I think that's why this person is such a good example or amplifier, is because that niche market or that niche arena or that niche manifestation is quite unique. And so to find somebody who's like on that level or at that frequency and can match and vibrate with that and amplify it is kind of rare. And they benefit just as much as you do. They said becoming. You're becoming something here. I just felt called to the tea leaf deck, so I just grabbed it. I didn't ask anything, but let's see. Camel. Persevere and you will overcome problems. I feel like you've been like really trying things out here. You've really been like, does this work? Does this work? Does this work? going through the desert trying to figure out what method was going to work for manifesting this thing or making it a reality in your life. Okay. I feel that one as well. Bird flying, news is on the way. So definitely like keep your ears open and your ear to the ground here, because there's something that somebody's going to say, or the information that's going to come through. Somebody of that same vibration of you, like birds of a feather flock together. You're going to find your way together here. You've got the dagger, fear, worries, and tense situations. Maybe this is what's been distracting you. Oh, they said write about it. Inspiration. The Ace of Wands can be about inspiration. Okay. Needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. The Nine of Cups, is that what that was? Down under here? Yeah, it is. Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment, a wish being granted. So you've got that twice here. And they did say you can make this a reality. You can make this happen. They're saying something about the dagger, and it was really weird because I had a thought about the dagger and then it was kind of like pulled out of my mind. It was just gone and my mind went blank. And then they said feeble-minded and I was like, what? No, I'm not. But like, no, there's something about the mind that maybe needs to be strengthened here. Because if you can like cut through some sort of anxiety or negative self-talk or thinking or something that's been blocking this creative flow or the emotional vibration from it's just kind of like dampening it down a bit and making it difficult for this manifestation to come in a timely manner in the way that you want it to. You've had to have a lot of patience about this. So, okay, they're saying like you're being acknowledged here or commended for the commitment that you've had to this goal, group number 2, and that they're acknowledging that you've been focusing on it, but maybe focusing on the wrong things sometimes and getting too hung up on the details or too kind of trying to force a way forward and not paying attention to the signs that the universe is showing you and how that feels, what that's meant to evoke within you, the vibration that's meant to help you to hold. It's kind of like, okay, the example they're showing me is like this person sitting in the library studying for this job that they want to apply for. And while they're head down in the library, yeah, they're learning like the technical stuff, but they're not actually embodying the real life feeling of that or the vibration that will help them to actually get that job and be approved for it or something like that. And they're showing me the example of like if you were outside doing something else and more immersed in the experience, that would actually help to raise your vibration a lot more than focusing on what you can practically do or what like you physically need to focus on or like the actual tangible work. Like there's something about this that is energetic in nature and they've been trying to bring your attention to it, but you've been distracted or you've been focusing on other things. So really focus on the vibration here for you, group number 2, because that vibration is going to change things up and it's going to accelerate and you're going to manifest and draw into your life people and situations and experiences that are going to further accelerate. They're saying domino effect. That's so funny. When they said domino effect, at first I saw a flash of dominoes, like hitting into each other and this quick succession of things that all connect and propel forward. But then they showed me Domino's Pizza. And I remember watching a documentary about like the creation of Domino's Pizza back in the day and how it became the #1 brand next to Pizza Hut. And it was through delivery. It was through fast delivery. It was through a couple of different very innovative ideas that they had that were kind of a result of problem solving, actually. So there's something here about your mind being able to work for you when you just let the emotional experience guide you in the right direction, because you're going to come up with innovative ideas and maybe even partner with certain people or come into contact energetically, even remotely, with certain people that are going to help you to see the goal come to fruition. Yeah, they're just like, they keep saying accelerate, like it's going to accelerate it. Another thing, if you've been waiting on news, hearing back, they're showing me an application. Like, say, for example, you've applied for something and you haven't heard back, and you're waiting on tenterhooks is actually the phrase they just gave me. And they're showing me tense situation. They want you to focus on the frequency, getting relaxed, or like helping your body to calm down is going to help this thing to manifest for the right reasons and in the right way. And they're saying the music thing again. So like frequency music is going to be really helpful for you here. It's going to decompress you is what they're showing me. It's like you've been so tense, and you just need to relax. And I know that sometimes it's hard to do that when you're so set on something, or when things are challenging, or things are not going the way that you want them to, or you're in the unknown. But again, they're saying that you are blazing this trail, and you are going into the unknown because it is this sort of different area. Maybe it's just new to you, or maybe it's something that, like I said, is kind of fringe, but you're blazing this trail and you're going into the unknown, and it will be successful, and it's going to be based on your vibration. So focus on that, and the outcome will reflect that vibration. And it doesn't have to necessarily make logical sense. This is something that Spirit has taught me time and time again through my own work with them and my own like lived experience. Sometimes my mind, my rational mind, my logic will say one thing, and Spirit will say very clearly to me, no, you need to go do this. And I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense because I have to focus on this right now. Like, that doesn't make sense. And they're like, just trust, see what happens. And then I go and do the opposite thing that my mind is telling me to do, that Spirit and my intuition are guiding me to do, and it ends up working every time. It's like, boom, that's the recipe for success here, but it feels in the moment like a recipe for disaster because you're like, that doesn't make any logical sense. But when you listen to that and you go with that frequency over fact kind of thing here, like this is nothing wrong with logic and things, but in this example, this nuanced situation, you need to get in the right frequency here. You need to like embody that. You need to live that. You need to feel that in every fiber of your being. You need to experience it as if it's already here. And that's why getting into the environment or around the same people that reflect that is going to really help. And at the very least, at the bare minimum, just use frequency music, which is for free. There's a shit ton of it here on YouTube, to adjust your frequency, to calm you down, and to relieve some of that tension that may be blocking up the fruition of this manifestation in the harvest. Okay. Anything else you want to say to group number 2, Spirit, before we close out the reading? They said kindness works wonders. Kindness. And they're showing me that hummingbird. Again, high vibration, very sweet. They're drawn to the nectar. Kindness works wonders. Getting in that vibration, something about that's going to be helpful here. And you'll see that reflected back to you. They're saying, be open, be open, be open. They said hearing is believing. Oh, that's an interesting. Yeah, hearing is believing. Like if you can hear it. But then that's reminding me of the quote, believe, what is it? Half of what you read, a quarter of what you hear, and none of what... no, what is it? Half of what you see and a quarter of what you hear. I don't know. Probably messing that up, but that's okay. Anyway, group number 2, in summary, you're figuring this out, and as you shift your vibration and continue to do the manual labor or the work or whatever else you've been doing, in combination with this frequency shifting, you're going to see these results really start to quicken. And that manifestation and that wish comes through. Finally, it comes true. So keep going, keep persevering. I know it's probably been a lot in a long time, but you're getting there. And Spirit wants to confirm that to you. Something about, okay, one last thing. They just said something about a notion, and they said conclusion, a notion for conclusion and conclusive results. And they're saying action, vibration, action, vibration, action, vibration. Does the action match the vibration of the thing? That's basically it. They're saying the same thing, but just in different ways. So I'll leave that there with you, group number 2. Hopefully this was helpful. Let me know how it resonates if you feel called. And don't forget to check out my other channel where we do collective deep dive readings. It's called the Divine Channel, and it's linked in the description box below. Thank you to Udon again for donating this deck from my Amazon wish list, which is also linked in the description box below. And I want to say a special thank you to the members who support my channel and all of the donors and subscribers who have sent in PayPal donations or super thanks or deck donations and all of the ways that you guys monetarily support me. It really does make a difference and helps me to continue doing this work. So I'm grateful. I love you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye. All right. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Ace of Swords from the beautiful Wild Reflections Tarot deck. And thank you to Udon for the donation, sending this in from my Amazon wish list. It's gorgeous. I'm loving it. Okay. So group number 3, I almost wanted to say 1. Sorry. Group number 3. What you may have missed here is actually something that's been blocked. And they're showing me trust and doubt and how those go in opposite directions, and how trust opens things up and how doubt shuts them down. Okay. So you may have missed. They're showing me the insight, or good news, or an inspiration of some kind, an intention, an idea. They're saying reconciliation, a reconciling thought. That's what I heard, a reconciling thought. You may have missed that because there was some kind of doubt creeping in, they're saying, creeping in, like the doubt's been creeping in. And what are we talking about here for group number 3? 4 of Swords. I did see that when I was shuffling, so this definitely is part of your energy here. They both have the bow and arrow. Making your thoughts go the distance. I'm hearing making your thoughts go the distance. I heard something about masquerade. We have the 9 of Cups. Yeah, they keep saying making a thought go the distance. Maybe this is like a wish that you have, an intention, a goal, an idea that you want to see manifest around you. But it's got to go the distance. And when I said distance, it almost came out as difference. So like there's something about knowing the difference between, they're saying dark and light, but they're showing me the doubt and, the shadow of doubt and the trust. Knowing something maybe beyond a shadow of a doubt, or not letting doubt creep in that same way. 8 of Swords. Yeah, this is the doubt. Okay. I heard fail-safe mechanism. Fail-safe mechanism. Maybe that doubt comes in. No, they're saying the proof is in the trust. And that's a fail-safe mechanism. Okay, thank you. So when that doubt creeps in, activate that fail-safe mechanism of trust, because that's going to help this thought, this idea, or this intention go the distance. They're saying it'll give you clarity, because there has been some confusion, or there was a block here mentally, and you're getting illumination about this so that you can choose more intentionally how to direct your mind, because it does feel like this doubt has been creeping in more and more. And I don't know what this is referring to. They're just showing me the doubt and the fact that there's something you really want here. 10 of Swords. Yeah, that doubt, it's bombarding you. Like it creeps in and then it takes hold, you know? And it's like, oh, it feels so real. The doubt feels so real. But The thought is meant to go the distance. Page of Swords. So practice your thoughts, practice your mental discipline, because that's what's going to make this thought go the distance. I don't know what this thought is or where it's trying to go, but it needs to go. It needs to go there. It needs to get there. And it hasn't been, because each time it tries to, like they're showing me somebody releasing or loosing that arrow, it just, when the doubt comes in, it's like it knocks it out. You try to shoot, it knocks it out. And then you're left like, well, what am I doing wrong? Or why is this happening? Or I knew that was going to fail because the doubt was right. It's like, but the trust needs to be, it needs to be the go-to. They're saying something about form factor. I don't know what that's talking about. Form factor. Nine of Pentacles. I love that you have the Nine of Cups and the Nine of Pentacles. So this thought, this intention, this idea is meant to go the distance. Epiphany, they said. Yeah, Ace of Swords is an epiphany. It's a sudden realization. And it's meant to tag along with you is actually what they're showing me. They're showing like a little buddy walking along with you. Like this thought is meant to accompany you and go with you for the long haul. Maybe it's a seed of an idea that's meant to develop and flourish over time into the... They're saying something about satiating. They keep saying the long haul and satiating. So it's meant to be satisfying for you. And this thought is like a little friend that's going to accompany you. But every time you doubt that little friend, it's like you're shooting your own shot down. You got to have faith in this. Queen of Pentacles. Because that's how you're going to create it. Like, for example, this Queen of Pentacles, she's artistic, she's creating. It's like maybe you have an idea for, let's say, a painting that you want to create. Let's take that as an example. And it would bring you a lot of satisfaction to be able to create that. But this doubt gets in of like, oh, I'm not good enough. Or I can't do that because I don't have the right supplies or the right technique yet, or whatever it is. And each time that inspiration comes in, that idea comes in, it needs to be made into form. Like it needs to have an expression. It's like a child that needs to be able to be allowed to grow. Like this little buddy, he needs to reach his full potential. And each time that doubt comes in and smacks the paintbrush out of your hand, or smacks the arrow out of the air, or smacks that thought of that idea out of your head and dashes it on the rocks, it's like it's not able to see the light of day. It's not able to reach fruition. And in that, it's like they're saying, okay, this is a little graphic what they're showing me. I'll just summarize it as it's like mental impotency. Mentally impotent. It's like you can't get it off the ground, can't go the distance. So you need to like sustain that mental stimulation with that thought in mind, like keep it going and foster trust. The garden of trust is what fosters the growth of that idea and allows it to flourish and bloom. And it needs that from you, and you're the cultivator of your mind. So you get to say what stays and what goes. And if doubt comes in, you're the one who feeds it if you allow it to stick around, if you agree with it. Like I have doubt all the time, and I can tell you, like sometimes it takes a stranglehold and I have to like beat it back with a fiery fist. Like, hacking at these weeds that are growing super fast in the jungle. Like I have this machete in my mind, like cut. And other times I'll see like a little sprig of that doubt crop up and I'm like, nope, not today. Get the heck out of here. Like, I just worked so hard to clear this space. You get the frick out. So I'm seeing you kind of like mastering this cultivation of the mind and disciplining your mind to be able to get very clear with your intentions and the actual implementation of them. Page of Pentacles, because you have so many creative, so many beautiful ideas that need to see the light of day. Group number 3, they really do. They need to see the light of day. And Spirit just said point blank, you need to stop doubting yourself. you need to let yourself express. You need to let yourself just do the thing, whatever that thing is. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, just do the thing. Just pursue it. Don't worry about the details of it so much. I'm getting overthinking, like massive overthinking, and thinking about all of the reasons why it won't work, or what you don't have, or what you need that's not there. It's like, just don't focus on that. Again, cultivate that direction of the mind by pulling it back, reining it in, and being like, whatever, I'm going to do it anyway. Who cares? Just have the audacity. Like, it's a skill, but you can cultivate that. Four of Wands, and you'll be dancing in the streets, celebrating yourself for how long this has been trying to come out of you, and how good it's going to feel when it finally sees the light of day. They keep saying that, like, there's an idea within you that has not been able to see the light of day because it keeps getting stamped out before it can even freaking take root. And stop doing that. Stop doing that, group number 3. I don't mean to chastise you. I'm doing it in a playful way. I hope you can feel that. But yeah, like, don't do that. Because this idea is good. It's beautiful, and it deserves to, they're saying fledgling roots. Like, it deserves to get started, you know, to see. And maybe you even doubt that you can follow through with it. Who cares? Don't worry about that right now. Just start, and then you'll get the ball rolling, and you'll see where you go from there. And maybe that doubt is built on failures in the past, or false starts, or something like that. Again, don't let that control you now. Every single minute is a fresh blank slate, and you get to choose what happens, and the past doesn't dictate your present reality. So unless you let it, right? Unless you participate actively in that pattern. I know sometimes it's easier said than done. I get it totally. I'm right there with you. Trust me, I struggle with this like every day. I'm talking to myself a lot in this reading, actually. Like, I'm talking to you, but I'm mostly talking to me. And if you're in the same boat with me here, okay, like, let's as fellow creators, as thinkers and deep thinkers, let's acknowledge that the mind is very capable of going in different directions. And we, as the observers of the mind, have a responsibility to ourselves to cultivate thoughts that are helpful and useful and authentically allow us to self-express. I think that's really the goal here for you, group 3, for us. I feel like I'm in this group, like I said. That's the goal here, is that we're able to authentically self-express with complete autonomy and freedom, and not like putting these ideas on the back burner, or letting them get sequestered to these realms of the mind, like the back closet of the mind, because doubt has shoved it back there. Don't let that happen. This idea could change the world. How do you know? Maybe it'll fall flat on its face. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll change the world. You don't know. You won't know until you do it. You won't know until you try. You don't know how many people this idea could help, or saying this could change someone's whole perspective on life, or creating this thing could really set someone's soul free, or set their soul on fire and inspire them. You don't know. So why not try? Why not try? Yeah. Honestly, I feel like that's it, group number 3. That's the message. Like, I don't really have to keep going on about this, because we've got to it, and I've emphasized the point here that Spirit has been wanting to get across to you, that you've been missing, because there's been this block around, because of doubt, as a result of doubt, they said, as a result of doubt. And there's not much else to say other than, I believe in you. I believe in you. I believe you can do it. And this idea is worth exploring and creating, or diving into. Yeah. Okay. So that's it, group number 3. I'm going to leave it there. Shorter reading. If you feel called to one of the other groups, maybe check it out. I did mention group 1 initially, because I for some reason just wanted to call you group 1, and it happened twice. I caught it the first time. The second time I caught it as well and didn't say it. But yeah, anyway, I don't even remember what that reading is about. But I'll let your intuition guide you. You trust yourself more than anything else. And you got this. Okay? I believe in you. Keep going. All right, group 3, I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to Udon for sending in this donation deck. Thank you to all of the members and donators here on the channel that support my work and allow me to continue to flourish in this field of discovery and mutual growth and support through these readings. I really appreciate all of you guys here in the community, and I wish you all the best. Much love, and we'll see you in the next reading. Bye.